Hey you guys, welcome back. While my 997's in the shop getting a bit of work done, I'm giving you a tour of the 2019 Cayenne. I'm pretty excited to try this out considering I have a base Cayenne, the previous generation. So let's go check it out. The 2019 version of the Cayenne is very nice, and as a Cayenne driver myself, I'm really excited to sort of check out the comparison and the differences between my base model and this base model. And I've had it for about half an hour while my 997's in the shop getting a bit of work done. And just in that half an hour, I can tell that there are a handful of things that I really like about this generation and think are super cool. And some other parts of the car which I think would absolutely drive me crazy. So let's talk about those. First off, positives. The driving experience is fantastic. It really is a very nice car to drive. This has the automatic transmission. I believe it's PDK. It has the paddle shifters. I have a Tiptronic transmission, and I think it goes 7 or 8 speed. I thought that was super smooth, and that was a massive improvement over the 5-speed Tiptronic I had in my 996. I really enjoy driving it. This system, though, is even smoother. That is very enjoyable. The interior has got a lot of nice updates. The gizmos, the gadgets, you know, the creature comforts. This has the air, the ventilated seats, the bum coolers. It has the really nice leather covered sort of GT look kind of steering wheel that you'd be familiar with if you have driven any of the newer generation 911s, the Macans or the Cayennes. The touchscreen display is pretty impressive. The buttons, you know, very functionally, they're sort of laid out well, and you know, they're pretty easy to use. So the interior updates I really like. The headlights on the front, really sexy. The headlights in the back, also very sexy. And this beautiful panoramic sunroof. Some of these options I think were available with the base model that I have, the 95, whatever it is, the 957, the 2011, which I don't have. But even then, the latest versions of all of these creature comforts are really impressive and very nice to have, I think. So it certainly feels like a lot more luxurious than my base Cayenne. Now, the things that drive me a little bit potty, the gear shifter. Oh my God, the gear shifter. It's electronic. Right now, you know, park is all the way forward in my base, and you pull it back and you go into reverse and then neutral and then drive. You know, the way automatic transmissions have been like forever as far as I'm concerned. Now, I was embarrassed trying to pull out of the Porsche dealership. There I am trying to put it in reverse, and it's in park or it goes into drive. You actually have to push it forward to get it into reverse. Neutral is down after that, and then drive at the bottom. I don't like that at all. And then when I tried to park, I couldn't find park anywhere. And actually, it's a button on the bottom of the gear shifter. It's not a position, if you see what I mean. It's a button, so you just push the parking to go into park mode. I really don't like that at all. And then the other thing is that the touchscreen and the buttons, I think it would drive me absolutely crazy. Being slightly on the far side of the sort of OCD kind of clean spectrum, this would drive me nuts. There are fingerprints everywhere. There's dust sitting on the glass. I actually gave it a clean down once I got in here, and I've been driving for half an hour, and dust has already settled on the glass, and there are greasy, even though my hands don't feel greasy at all, there are fingerprint marks everywhere, on the climate, on the bum cooling buttons, on the sport button. Really gross. I really don't think, I just really don't think I'd like that at all. That is going to drive me a little bit crazy. So there are two things on the interior that I'm not mad keen on. And then the other is the seats. While they're very comfortable and they look very nice, and I have the basic seats as well in here. I mean, you know, the power options are the same. I think these are the 6 or the 8-way seats. But they're not the sports seats with like the super high bolsters. But for some reason, the cabin doesn't feel so much an SUV anymore. It kind of feels almost like minivan-ish, and I really feel sad saying that. But in my base model, you sort of hugged a little bit by the seats a little more. The cabin isn't quite as wide. Going around corners here, I feel like I'm almost slipping out of the seat a little bit. Where with my base model Cayenne, I feel like I'm really being hugged and I'm in a cockpit, very similar to the 911 experience. And also the legroom, I think I've lost an inch of legroom here. It doesn't feel as long, as deep for a tall 6'6" like me. I feel like maybe it's just, maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like my Cayenne is longer and narrower inside the driver's position. But overall, I'm really impressed. It handles great on the road, very smooth drive, even on these bumpy Minneapolis streets. Interior updates, really enjoyable. Anyway, this is just my very short, sharp intro to the Cayenne, the 2019. If you want to see a full feature-by-feature review of this car, you've got to check out Nick Murray's channel. His video, I think, is like an hour and a half. Unless you're a hardcore Cayenne addict, you maybe don't want to watch that much, but it's certainly more informative than my video. Generally speaking though, it's a very nice car, and I think I would be happy if I upgraded to this, certainly on the exterior styling and the interior styling. Functionally though, these one or two things I think would drive me a little potty. If anything, I would change the gear shifter, and I would try and figure out to get a fingerprint resistant finish on this center console, because it's gross. All right, guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. Fingers crossed my 997 comes back today. So more videos coming soon. Watch this space. Thanks so much, as always, for your comments and questions and your support. Keep the banter going, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye.